I'm going to make some traditional medicine tea using some of the most powerful healing herbs that I know. Starting with chaga. I just filled up a big stew pot full of water, and I'm going to add my herbs. I'm also adding rat root, fireweed leaf, with the fireweed leaf, you can harvest the herbs late in fall when it gets this fuzzy stuff on the leaves. Those are the seeds, and that's when the plant is the most potent for its healing benefits. I'm also going to add Labrador tea to this mixture. There we got Labrador tea added in there. And I'm going to boil these leaves up until it gets to a rolling boil. And we want to let it get like that for 5 minutes. So we'll come back and check on this in about 20 minutes. You can already see all the good healing goodness diffusing out of the leaves into the water. We're going to let this to continue to boil for 5 minutes. And then once we remove it from the heat, we're going to let it steep for another 5 minutes before we strain it. While we wait for the tea to steep, we're going to get a clean jar and one of these funnels so the tea doesn't spill all over the counter. We're also going to get a strainer so that we can separate the leaves from the liquid. So I got to set up like that. And then I am going to pour the tea through the strainer and have myself some good traditional medicine tea. Now that we strained our tea, you can add some honey just to give it a little sweetener and enjoy. This is a very healing traditional medicine, and I always try to harvest the fireweed leaves every year as it pops up in my yard. The chaga, fireweed, and Labrador tea, they all have very good healing properties for the immune system, overall health, and they also have cancer fighting properties. These remedies have been tried, tested, and true through myself and my family members, and I always rely on this tea for its healing benefits, even for the common cold and flu. You can also use these leaves up to 4 times, so don't throw away the leaves. After you make a batch of tea, you can use the same leaves again up to 4 times, storing them in the freezer in between use. The rat root has been known to help various stomach ailments, and this was a lifesaver for me when I once had food poisoning, and I only started to feel better once I tried rat root tea. Rat root has also been known to alleviate the side effects of chemo and radiation. So these are very powerful medicines, and should you find yourself in a dire health situation, I encourage you to turn to the healing remedies of Mother Nature. I also use plant extracts from the fireweed plant to put in my soap products. That I use traditional medicine herbs to make skincare products like soaps and lotions, like the fireweed and lavender. Fireweed is also really good for joint pain and arthritis. And all my soaps come in little polar bear shapes. And I have a lot more healing herb remedies in my soap products. Nature Spirit Soaps. Happy healing.